Hello, friends. Rich here with another GRM training. We've been working through the 7 marks of effective charity. That's one of our goals, is to be an effective charity. We don't want just a temporary Band-Aid solution. We want to help them long-term. In fact, we want it to be so long-term that we're looking at their eternal best interest. That's really what our ultimate goal is. But they're also within this lifespan that we want them to have a better life beyond their time in Gospel Rescue Mission. We look for them to be God-dependent, contributing members of our community, not takers, but givers. We want to do the work with them. So the first 4 principles we've already talked about. Just going to touch on them again. Affiliation. Nearer is better. Closer is better. If I have a sucking chest wound, I don't want someone having to solve it from Washington, D.C. or from Oklahoma City. I want someone close by, preferably one of you all, to help fix me up. And if you can't do it, then call EMS. That's like that next line. In this kind of illustration, that would be like the church in that physical sense. I don't necessarily want the church, unless they happen to have a doctor or a medic that can help me out. But I want the closer and nearer affiliation is what we're going for. Bonding. You don't really get to know panhandlers when you just hand them money through the window or you throw it out, not even really looking at them. We want to get to know the men and women we serve. And I want to point this out too, that we often miss, is we know who they were last visit, but when they come back, they're a new person. They've changed. They've had experiences. Things have changed. Maybe they haven't changed all that much. Maybe they haven't changed much that we can see, but maybe something is happening inside. We always want to be able to give them another chance. So getting to know them on each stay as if they're a new person, we need to get to know them physically, mentally, spiritually, socially, learn more about their past, learn more about their future, learn about their dreams. That's that bonding mark. And then we talk about categorization. This is one of the more challenging ones. We got some folks who come in and they need just a job. They've worked through addiction and family issues and they're ready to get back into the workforce. That's great. Most of our folks, though, are going to need a challenge. So we're going to get to know them through that bonding. We're going to try to reconnect them with family where that's appropriate. But we're also going to say, what do you need? Do you need an ID? Do you need felon reintegration? Do you need addiction recovery? What do you need that's going to help you to flourish? One is asking that, so we put them in the right category for that, for the needs challenge. That's what we're doing, is when we do that. We have some who we just cannot serve at all. They need relief. So we're going to do everything we can to help them get where they're going. And then we have those others who just aren't quite ready for change. They need tough love. Remember, the prodigal had to get to the pigsty in order to make the changes. We have to allow them to get to the pigsty. And I realize and I know it is difficult. It is painful. I hate to watch that happen, but sometimes we have to do it. One thing before we move on to discernment, to talk more about that, is even if we choose by categorization, we say, okay, you need tough love. Let's be creative. How can we still serve them, even though we can't have them here at the mission, though we can't necessarily have them on site? What can we do to help serve them and care for them? Same thing with needs relief. What can we do? Can we build a relationship with them? So even if they are in a nursing home, they have somebody who cares about them. Let's be creative with how we can best serve folks, even if they can't be serving them here. And the final category before we move on to today's new lesson is discernment. I love experience. I think experience tells us a lot, teaches us a whole lot. I read books, listen to podcasts, listen to audiobooks. I go to conferences. I listen to other people. I've learned a ton over my years of doing this work. But all that cannot really help me understand how to best serve these folks. It's going to take the Holy Spirit to do it. All those things might give me a clue, might give me some insight, might guide me to ask those right questions. But discernment is, Holy Spirit, what do we do with Joe? Holy Spirit, what do we do with Mary? Holy Spirit, what do we do with Ann? Holy Spirit, what do we do with Andy? Whatever it is, I need you, Holy Spirit, to lead and guide me. And he might use, and in fact, I believe he often will use our experiences, our education, our learning, our own experiences in other parts of the world to do that. But let's trust in the Holy Spirit above all as far as our discernment goes. Now, this week, we're going to talk about exchange. And I want to tell you a story. Let's pretend it's Christmas. And it's Christmas time, and everybody wants to give presents out. I'm not dissing any of those things, but we have all these folks who are wanting presents. And so Christmas is coming around. Kids got to have a Christmas. And we say we're going to make sure that those folks have a great Christmas. So we we go out, we shop, and we have the little tag off a tree, or however we've decided to do this. Maybe your church has a listing of kids in the community that are needy, and you're going to put together a gift exchange for them, these gifts, and you're going to deliver it to them. Great stuff. So you deliver the presents, or maybe you're doing food baskets, so you deliver the food basket. Whatever it is you're delivering, making sure they have a great Christmas. Well, let's imagine they wake up on Christmas morning, got all these presents, got all the things. Who's the hero? You are. You are the hero of that story. You're the one who made all that happen for them. With exchange, we want to say, okay, parents, we want you to be the hero of this story. God provided this stuff for us. We want you to do a little bit of work, a little bit like the GRM Bucks. And so we did that in the community. We do that with our toiletries and our clothing and our rent and all those things. We are making them the hero of their own lives. Think of it this way. All of us on this staff are grown-ups, and I believe we're all living on our own. We're paying our own rent. We're paying our utilities. We're paying our bills, taking care of life. Well, we pay for that. We have an appreciation for that. Well, the same thing can happen with our shelter guests if we work through this exchange program. It would work the same way if a food bank was doing this. They're going to earn that food. They're going to earn that clothing, or earn those toiletries, earn that rent. And there's something that happens within the heart of a person who is paying their own way that is just indescribable in its power and its opportunity to help and serve and care for other people. So that's why we do the exchange program here. And exchange means we're just going to let you work for it, or we're going to let you buy it in some way. We all participate in the exchange program when we go to Walmart, we go to Dollar General, we go to whatever store, gas station, whatever it is we're going to. We participate in exchange. And all we're doing is inviting our guests to walk with us and allow them to do the exchange. So they are not always the taker. They also get to be part of the giver. They get to be part of that process. We're doing life with our shelter guests, not to them and not for them. So thank you for participating in this training. There'll be some good questions there, and I look forward to working through the next couple marks, and then some more talk about true charity, so that way we can all have an effective ministry here at the Gospel Rescue Mission.